My wife threw divorce papers and left with the kids. Next morning, they were begging me to stop. The papers were still on the table when the door slammed shut. Her perfume lingered in the air, mixed with the faint scent of printer ink. She didn't even look at me when she left, just her voice, cold, precise. "It's over." And then the sound of my children's footsteps echoing down the hall, their laughter absent, their silence heavier than chains. I sat still, my hands flat on the wood, divorce papers staring back like a death sentence. She wanted everything: the house, the children, the life I built brick by brick with no help from her. She walked away with their small hands in hers, not knowing the last look I gave her wasn't sorrow, it was calculation. That night I made one call. I didn't beg, I didn't shout, I gave no explanation. Just a name, a request, and silence on the line. Then I turned off the lights, climbed into an empty bed, and closed my eyes. I slept soundly, because I knew the morning would bring her to her knees. The betrayal wasn't sudden, no. Betrayal never is. It grows like mold, quietly, behind walls. I had seen the signs months ago. Her late-night messages, always face turned away. The quick lock of her phone screen when I walked in. The sudden criticism, how I was never present, never enough, though everything she touched had my name, my blood, my hours carved into it. And then her family moved in, not temporarily, permanently. They treated my home like a hotel, my money like theirs, and she, my wife, stood beside them, daring me to object. When I pushed back, she didn't argue, she weaponized silence. And when silence failed, she threw paper. Divorce. And the children. Always the children. She knew they were the only card sharp enough to cut me, or so she believed. I said nothing when she left, because in silence I watch. In silence I strike. I didn't storm after her. I didn't plead in court. That's what she expected. An emotional collapse, a desperate husband begging to keep scraps of the life she had already buried. Instead, I went to work. Phone records, bank statements. I knew where the cracks hid, and I pressed my fingers against each one until they split open. I saw the hotel receipts first, small charges at first, then bolder. The second phone number that appeared only after midnight. The photographs. Not explicit, worse. Intimate in the ways words can't cover. His arm around her waist, her leaning into him like she had never leaned into me in years. I ordered the DNA tests quietly. I didn't want suspicion anymore. I wanted truth. And when the results came, the silence in my chest became something else. 2 children were mine. 1 was not, the youngest. Her eyes that never looked like mine. The laugh that always felt unfamiliar. I folded the paper, placed it in my desk, and went to dinner with her family as if nothing had changed. I listened to their insults, their arrogance. I passed them bread, nodded, smiled. Inside, I was sharpening the blade she had handed me herself. When I handed her the envelope, she thought it was money. She opened it at the kitchen counter of her sister's house, her family hovering, expecting generosity. Her hands shook when she saw the letterhead. Her lips parted, a whisper without sound. DNA results. I didn't say a word. I didn't have to. Her face drained of color, eyes darting from me to the children playing in the next room. She opened her mouth, searching for lies, excuses, prayers. But I simply raised a finger. Silence. I wanted her to sit in the moment where truth finally stripped her bare. No yelling, no accusations, just her and the undeniable reality she had built with her own deceit. Her family looked at her like strangers. For once, they had no words. That night, I made my second call. 1 signature, 1 document, 1 decision. By morning, her family's cars were gone from my driveway. Their clothes, their possessions, every trace of their parasitic presence erased. My lawyers made sure of it. The properties they had claimed as theirs were locked, sealed, stripped of their illusion of ownership. She called me 20 times that morning. I didn't answer. By noon, she was on my doorstep. The children clinging to her, their small voices crying out, begging me to stop. "Please, Daddy, don't make Mommy sad. Don't make us leave." Her tears were real now, not manipulation, not performance, real fear, because she knew what she had lost. I knelt to my children, my voice calm, steady. "This isn't about you. This is about truth." They didn't understand. They weren't meant to, but she did. And the way she collapsed on my steps, sobbing into her hands, was more satisfying than any courtroom victory could have ever been. I didn't scream, I didn't curse, I didn't even look at her as she cried. I walked past her, into my home, closed the door. Inside, the silence was thick, heavy, but not suffocating anymore. It was mine again. Betrayal doesn't kill you, it remakes you. It burns away illusion, strips you to the bone, and leaves behind something sharper, colder, untouchable. She thought she could end me with papers and poisoned love, but all she did was hand me the weapon to end her. The children will grow. They will learn. One day they will ask questions, and I will answer with only the truth. Nothing more, nothing less. Because truth is the most devastating revenge. And I don't need to raise my voice to wield it. I only need to close the door. I didn't lose a wife. I lost a liar, and that is no loss at all.